Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I know we missed y'all last week, but we promise this week we are on point.
We're on
We're
it.
on point.
We're on it.
Yeah, we're on it today. So,
And
what
we're
are we making this
we're
morning?
we're kicking it off with a brand new recipe. I've never made this one, so I've got my recipe right here. It's the same one that I sent over to you and the same one that you have dropped down in the description. We're making crackers, y'all. These are fancy schmancy crackers. And I'll tell you where it came from. So, Joel and I, in the summer when we're really busy around here, I like to make charcuterie boards. Charcuterie boards like, Amy has. Anyway, it's nice and light. Have you priced crackers in the store lately? I'm not talking saltines. I'm talking, your higher end crackers. They're expensive, y'all. So I got to digging around and I think I've worked up a recipe that's going to make some really good crackers. And we're going to have an hors d'oeuvre night tonight. So it's going to be really fun.
Okay.
So let's get it going. Now, and I want to tell you, this recipe can be tweaked a million different ways. So feel free to experiment with it. You want to keep your cheese ratio, your butter ratio, and your water ratio the same, but everything else is up for grabs. So have fun with it. So the first thing we're going to start with, I pre-grated. I always use fresh Parmesan. So I pre-grated my cheeses this morning. I have a third cup freshly grated Parmesan with 3/4 cup sharp cheddar. I'm using the sharp white cheddar. So we're just going to go ahead and put that in our bowl. It's just that tough, guys. And the next thing we're going to do is some butter. I'm hurrying through this to get to the butter part because I'm so excited about the butter. Let me show you why. Our sweet, lovely friend, Avid, sent me a butter churn. And it came with this pretty little crock. This is homemade butter, y'all. Homemade
Yes.
butter. So be watching
Yes.
for a video coming up on how to make butter. I know, I'm so excited. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of room temperature butter. Y'all, that's just lovely.
There's nothing like homemade butter. Like, I even like homemade butter.
And it tastes so good. I have a source for fresh raw milk here. So, and we're on a barter system. So she doesn't know how to or doesn't have time to bake, but she has all these dairy cows. So we swap out baked goods for raw milk. And it's nice. Right from the udder to the butter.
The udder to the butter.
The udder to the butter.
Udder to the butter.
Mutter.
Butter.
All right. Then we're going to add in our seasonings. This calls for, let's see, my recipe says a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Y'all, you know how I feel about my smoked salt. I'm using smoked salt. I'm using smoked salt. I think it's going to complement our vegetables and the meats that I've chosen. And if we have time after we make these crackers, or maybe when they're in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and get some of the ingredients prepped for what I'm going to throw on our charcuterie board tonight. Next, I'm adding smoked paprika. Smoked is the only way to go. I'm just saying. It has a sweeter, nicer flavor. So I use the smoked, and this recipe calls for half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And it calls for a pinch of cayenne pepper. If you don't like cayenne, don't add it. If you really like cayenne like we do, get happy. I ain't doing a pinch.
Oh, okay. She's not doing a pinch. You can do a pinch. She's not doing a pinch.
I'm not doing a pinch. We like a little heat on the scene.
You
Okay.
sound like Chris and Christopher. Chris and Christopher like all the hot stuff.
See, I thought your Chris was different. I thought he didn't like the hot stuff.
Oh, he does.
He does the heat, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
he does.
so does Joel. I like it hot, but not where it's clearing my sinuses and I'm, a blithering idiot. I like to enjoy my food, so I like to taste the spice. I want to taste the heat, not die from it. Okay, and I think that's it. And I think what we do, let me just check my handy dandy. Okay.
Your handy dandy notes.
So I'm going to place all that. Cheese, check, check, check. Okay, now we're going to mix this together with a spatula. Tip you down here so y'all can see what I'm doing. So we're just going to get this all mixed up till everything's really well incorporated. I'm using the back of my spatula to just kind of smash it all in and really get it grooving. So Amy, what's the weather doing over there this morning for you?
It is very cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Roads are wet. It's supposed to be sprinkling off and on today, but the heavy rain is supposed to be around 4 o'clock again. So
Sounds like what it's doing here, and it's really cool here today.
yes, it is. It is cooled down some.
Okay, guys, that's what I've got. So it's just kind of all mushed together. Now I'm going to add a half cup flour. And I'm going to use a fork. And I'll stick a fork in me. I'm done. I'm going to use a fork and I'm going to crumble it up just like you would like a pie crust. We're going to get it all crummy. And just all mixed together here. It's not rocket science. We're going for easy this time of year because everybody is so busy. Maybe you're running with the kids or the grandkids. Maybe you're homesteading and you know what that is this time of year. So I like to keep things on the simple. And I was going to ask Amy and maybe throw it out to our audience this morning. I was looking at a pretty interesting recipe. It's not mine, although you know how I am, I'll tweak it. But these are for air fresheners. They're homemade air fresheners. You can make them. You can make them in any shape you want to if you've got little cookie cutters or whatever.
Miss Lauren is making cheesy crackers this morning. The description of these cheesy crackers is in the description of the live. I always post everything that we're going to make in the description of every live that me and Lauren do. That way, in case you want to see the ingredients of making stuff, you have the opportunity to make it at the same time me and Lauren are live.
Sorry about that. I had to cough. So if you don't know, I'm trying to recover from pneumonia over here. And I'm doing good. It was a light case this year. I'm very grateful for that. Praise God. But the cough, y'all. So if you hear me go mute or you see me all of a sudden duck off camera, I'm coughing.
Okay.
So
Somebody said coffee air fresheners.
You could do coffee. No, you use essential oils, and there are some other basic ingredients that are pretty much in anybody's pantry. But I thought that might be fun because they're reusable and you can put them anywhere, and they're completely non-toxic to kids, to pets. So I don't know. I thought I'd throw that out there and see what y'all thought of that. If you have some interest in it, drop it in the comments. Otherwise, we're probably going to do a ciabatta bread next week. Or maybe Amy will come up with something really cool and trendy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what it's looking like, guys. It's nice and crumbly. Everything's getting really well incorporated. You just keep smashing it with the fork until all that flour's worked in. All right, next, we're going to grab about a tablespoon of cold water.
Okay, Bowen says he's got beans to spill, but he's not gonna, LOL.
Bowen, you can't dangle beans like that, dude.
Absolutely not.
Okay, now the whole idea is to just mix enough water. I started with a tablespoon. You might need more, depends on the environment in your kitchen. But I'm starting with a tablespoon, and I'm getting everything really worked in well until when I pick it up and grab it, it stays together. And I can tell I'm going to need some more water.
Okay.
We dropped a video, I think 2 weeks ago when we started painting the house. I am blown away at the response to that video. I think it's at like 10,000 views right now.
Really?
Yeah, and then we put up the second part where he and I got out there and we made shutters. So we built shutters and put those up. And I dropped that the other day. I dropped it on Monday. And it's starting to really take off. So that's kind of exciting. Everybody loves Joel. Lauren's just the sidekick. Everybody loves Joel.
Yes, Avid, you're good at dangling beans.
Okay.
Everybody.
See how I'm grabbing this and I'm squeezing it together and it's holding its shape? That's what we want. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a mess. That's number one. I'm going to put all of this into a plastic bag. I'm going to grab it up and form it into a ball. Now the recipe that we put up, oh, that's not wet enough. Hang on. I need more water. I thought it was done, but we're not. I'm just going to get in here and I'm going to mix it with my hands. It's the recipe is halved, so you can double it, no problem if you want to make more. For all intents and purposes, for our video this morning, because I know Amy's trying to get into doctor's appointment, I did a half recipe just to show you how easy it comes together and what they look like and everything. that's so much better. Okay. Okay. Yeehaw. And it smells really good. It smells like spicy butter.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to clear up some of this mess. I'm going to drop this in the cooler real quick. Amy, take it away.
Well, I'm gonna say hi. I've been posting the chat up on the bottom of the screen. So I want to thank y'all for coming in and spending a few minutes with me and Lauren on this live. Like I said in the very beginning, we didn't have our live last week. We were recovering both from not just Tin Killer for me, but Lauren was sick and then I started not feeling well. So yeah, I just decided that, we both decided that, we were going to take a week off. Um, and Ann Parton says, I watched both of those videos, Lauren. The house looks great. And I am currently, because BG was like, she's in an undisclosed location. I am waiting for after the live, once it ends, I'm walking inside with Faith, aka Grumpy, to her doctor's appointment. Y'all, she has 8 weeks left, and she's already starting to have those Braxton Hicks, and some were a little rough yesterday. So we still need baby to stay in for just a little bit longer. But this is her regular doctor's appointment, so yeah.
Well, we do not need this baby to be naughty and come out early.
No.
You've been told you stay in your room right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you all for, like I said, I see 29 in here are, between the both of us, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So
That's not
thank
bad
you.
for a slow Wednesday.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But if y'all ever try any of our recipes, that we make on our lives, give us feedback. Let us know how it worked out for y'all,
Yeah.
because we'd like to hear. Um, I was part of that collaboration of the healthy snacks, and I'm telling you, that recipe was a hit.
Which one?
It was the banana oatmeal bites.
Oh.
Yes. So everybody's saying prayers for you and the baby, Faith. So we'll find out.
Okay. It's pretty much that simple. I didn't really even need that. Okay. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. And I've got my prepared pan here. What I've got is aluminum foil, just lightly greased. All right, we're going to grab our dough. Comes together that quick, y'all. Amy, I know you're in a hurry to get in there to that appointment.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I have till 9:45, so I'm good. I'm good. Or before that. We gotta walk in, but yeah.
You got to get all checked in and everything, don't you?
Yeah, but it doesn't take very long. So she just wants to go in there and be like, okay, what's going on?
Well, sure.
Yep.
Baby's ready to rock and roll, isn't he? He or she. Do you guys know what it is? Is it a boy or a girl?
She is a girl. Yep. We found out she was having a girl when you were what, 16 weeks? about 16 weeks we found out she was having a girl.
That's
So
exciting.
she was excited when she found out she's having a girl. There's
Okay, y'all.
Karen Gaudiosi. Good morning. She is making cheese crackers today.
Special fancy.
Special fancy.
Chez Cajers. For those of you who are, anyway. So I'm rolling the dough out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. These also freeze really well, and they will stay fresh in an airtight container for up to 2 weeks. But again, and this is something I think both Amy and I are really passionate about, it's clean. There are no chemicals and no additives in here. Like, I mean, read the ingredient label on any package of crackers you get. It's insane.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of stuff. And honestly, um, even the saltine crackers,
Yeah,
there's a difference in that taste.
yeah,
Over the years, it is tasted so, I don't know, there's just a difference in the taste. So I like making more stuff at home now,
yeah,
um, because I know what goes in it. Even the bread. Since
yeah.
I started making bread at home, the bread over the counter, we call it chemical bread because we could smell the chemicals in some of that bread. And it's like, I don't like that.
Right.
So these recipes we try and, or not try, but we're making more healthier. We know what we're making. We know what's in it.
I'm using my fancy pizza cutter.
Pizza cutter.
There's just nothing fancy about it, guys. I tease.
Good morning, Christy. Bayou back 40.
What is up, my sissa?
I got to meet her in person, her and her husband, and she is a hoot. I wish we could have had more time, but you know, being strung everywhere and talking to everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
she's an awesome person.
Preaching to the choir, sweetheart. They are going to be at. They're going to be at Mid America.
Awesome. There's Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Okay, so some of these have jaggedy edges. Some of these are not pretty. That's okay. Really, I'm just more curious to see how they bake up and what their texture is like when they come out of the oven. I'm not really going for the pretty. But I am going to go for it. Here we go. Let's try this. Y'all, I am taking a medication right now, and it's an herbal based, but it gives me the shakes, something awful. So if you see
Mm.
me over here shaking like a leaf, I'm not scared. I'm drugged up. I'm not really drugged up. I'm herbed up. Yeah, I'm herbed up. So we're going to see how these taste. I'm really curious about these because, like I said, we were in the mood to do a charcuterie board last weekend, and I had none of the nice crackers that I like. Y'all, $7, $7 for a small box of crackers is ridiculous to me.
Absolutely.
And you can't blame it on the tariffs, because I'll tell you what, tariffs didn't kick in until what, midnight on Monday or midnight on Sunday? Those products were already on the shelves. So everybody's doing the gouge right now. We get it. So we're going to find ways to get smarter than the average bear and beat our way through this tough economic situation by learning to make our own.
Christy wants to know, is it Mullen?
Is it wait?
Mullen? Mullion?
Yes, it's the Mullen, yes. Yeah, it makes me really shaky. Is that normal, Christine? It is. Mullen is used, and it has been used for centuries, to clean and purify your lungs. It grows naturally. It grows naturally around here, and I'm sure by you too, Amy.
Yeah.
It's that simple, guys. Making crackers. They're not the prettiest crackers in the West, but we're going to find out what they taste like. Now, the last important thing we need to do, I just got a couple little scraps here I'm going to toss on. We need to prick these with a fork.
Make your little holes.
Yep. Can you guys see how I'm shaking? Holy cow. These are a great snack for the kiddos when they come in from outside playing. Mom, I want something to eat. These are a great snack. They're a healthy alternative to, say, like the goldfish. Again, full of chemicals. But anymore, I'm not trying to sound paranoid, but anymore, if I don't make it myself, I don't trust it.
Right.
Okay. We're going to pop them in the oven, and let's see what they turn out like. They smell good already. Cleaning up my mess. Take it away, Amy.
Whoop, whoop. Paul says that he's trying to be good, but we're making it really hard for him. Paul.
I'm not making anything hard, Paul.
And then Christy said maybe your system is getting used to it. May try putting it in a diffuser if you have one and breathe it in. Some people smoke it.
Yeah, I ain't smoking nothing. No, I'm not sucking anything into my lungs. No way.
And there's prayers going out for you, Lauren. You know, that your system will get better. Y'all, this morning I'm not on my computer. I am on my cell phone. So I have to wait because, okay, for some reason, StreamYard thinks that I need to share my referral link. And when I'm on my phone, that little share your referral link is right there over the last comment. So I have to wait till the comment goes up before I put it on the screen. So yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm like, I don't want to share my referral link right now.
Yeah, stop telling me what to do. You're not my real mother. I wanted to share something with you while these are in the oven. We had a praise God moment yesterday, literally. Literally. There is a busy highway that runs through this area. It's Highway 71. Some of you may be familiar with it, maybe not. There are several small towns that you go through to get to the small town that we live just on the outside of. So this is Joel's route on the way home from work. And everybody else's who works and lives and breathes in this area, they are all on that road at that time of day. You know, it was major traffic hour. And the tail end of that storm system came in yesterday, and with it came enormous wind. I mean, just from out of nowhere. So on this very busy stretch of highway, very busy stretch of highway, it's tree lined, y'all. That wind came through and it took over an oak, a huge oak tree right across the road. Did not hit anybody. There was nobody impacted. Some people had to hit their brakes, but that was the worst of it. That was that high traffic time.
9:45.
Praise God, nobody got hurt. That tree just came down right across the highway, and there was nobody there.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
God sent it.
Chris says that they have a surprise for you and Joel. They will give it to you at Mid America,
Which Chris?
Texas Raider.
Ooh.
And Karen Gaudiosi says that you look pretty in red and that you match your mixer.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's
And
kind of cold here today.
Janet Neese says, I'm late picking asparagus while I listen. What are we cooking today? It is cheesy crackers. Yummy, delicious crackers.
Yep. Because I don't ever want to be what I was this past weekend, and that was crack-a-lackin'. See what I did there?
Yeah, crack-a-lackin'. They have some trees down as well. The Outlaw Gals. There's Greg and Gina. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome in.
Greg texted me yesterday. He sent me a picture of this doll, asked me if I was interested. It's a collectible doll. I said, no, it's not really my thing. My thing is God country and pew-pews. Oh, and shoes. Yeah, those are the four things. Shoes. I love shoes. I love shoes. When we moved here, I donated probably 50 pair, figuring I would never use them around here. So I was down 50 pair. I think I'm back up 30 pair right now. So I've got room for more.
David would like to know if you got his email. David
Yes.
Blunt in Delaware.
The whiskey smokers. Yes, I did. Those are interesting. I'm sorry. I meant to reply to you, David. Hey, if you ever want to, David, we can do like a one-on-one live, maybe when we're out in the shop and you're out in your shop. If you're interested in doing that, I can show you how to get set up to do that, and we can just do like a one-on-one, almost like a FaceTime thing. But anyway, you let me know. David and Joel they're shop buddies from 2 points of the country. It's really kind of fun. Did we say hi to Tamara, Heartland HQ with Think and Tank?
I had waved at them because, like, when we were talking in the very beginning, I was putting the comments up on the screen and waving so that everybody seen that we were, they were being noticed. But yeah, he don't have a camera. I don't have a camera. I can do that. There you go.
Do you have a cell phone? You can do it with your cell phone. Just let me know. If you want to. If you don't, that's okay too. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Well, you kind of will, but maybe won't. I don't know. Let me check my crackers.
Janet, in every live that me and Lauren do, for the live, in the description of the live, we put the recipe in the description.
Mhm.
That way, anybody who wants to have the recipe to cook it at the same time
Mhm.
can go ahead and do that, or they can make it at a later time. But every recipe is available in the description
Yep.
of the video. So,
It's raining here.
yeah, it's sprinkling here. So, we're about to head in so she can get all checked in.
It's 36 right now. All right. I'll
Yep.
get you out of here by 45 easy. All right, David, if you're interested in doing that, just when you have time, when you want to, give us a call and we will walk you right through the entire process. And we'll do a shop to shop talk. That would be fun, I think. Y'all, biggest rat I have ever seen has taken up residence out in the shop. He's huge. He's huge.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of walks around like he's the boss. I mean, it's, anyway, he's not going to be with us much longer. Oh, the wild huckleberry's in. Good morning.
Good morning, Robbie and Sonia. The wild hookberry. We are making cheesy crackers.
I need to find a more interesting name. The Uncracker.
Uncracker.
Yeah,
Christy said,
well,
poor little rat, he just wants some sugar.
he needs to go to the neighbors to get his sugar because he ain't getting it here. He's been stealing wrenches and carburetors and Cuisinarts. He's a big rat. He's dragging all this stuff off to the court. So he's a pack rat.
He's a pack rat.
And he's huge. Anyway, I told Joel, I said, the cats are great for mice, the occasional mice in the house. That's all fine and good. But these cats would be worthless out in the shop. They would be worthless out in the shop. And the size of the critters that we have that get into the shop, I don't know how they're getting in, but the size of the ones that get into the shop, we're going to need a Savannah cat. They're huge. They're huge. They're huge cats. They're classified as a large cat.
Bye, Jovita. Don't work too hard.
Hi, Jovita.
She's going back to work.
Lauren bites.
Lauren bites.
A lot of different ways, Avid. I mean, on a package of crackers, it's cute, but so what are you serving up? Lauren bites. Yeah, but besides that, what are you serving?
Good.
All right, well, let me check them. So it says here, I'm a handy dandy little. I think we're baking them for about 7 to 10 minutes. More like 10 to 12. Well, let's see what we got going on with y'all. Couple more minutes, but they're that fast to do, guys. They came together in a snap. And
nice.
So we're gonna see what they taste like. We're gonna make sure they've got a good snap on them. I'm not going to lie to you. If the recipe doesn't turn out well, if it's not something I would eat, I'm going to tell you.
Oh no.
How is Faith feeling? Is she?
She's there. She's
Yeah.
there. We just got to keep that baby in for a little bit longer.
Teresa Jukowitz is in the house. Good morning, Teresa. So everybody in chat, please throw your positive thoughts, your prayers, everything towards Faith, that she gets a little further along in her term. This baby needs to
Yes,
stay put.
she's at she has 8 more weeks left, and we don't need baby coming right now. She got 8 weeks left, so
You're going in, honey?
yes, ma'am.
All right, let me get these pulled out of the oven. We'll see what we got.
Has Faith picked out a name yet? Yes, her name is Renly. Renly.
Look at that, guys. Woo, son. Have a hole in my
Good
hot.
morning.
I just burned the dickens out of my finger. Okay, guys, these need to sit on the tray for about 3 minutes or so to cool a little bit so that they'll release cleanly from the pan. So we're not going to have time to do it right now, but I'll let you know. I'll drop it in the comments how they taste, whether you should waste your time on this recipe or not. So I will let y'all know. Amy, prayers to you and Faith that everything's good. And
Okay.
I'll let you get out of here, honey.
All right. You have to do a short. Can you do a short of how they came out?
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it short. Should I drop it in? I'll figure it out. Go to your doctor's appointment. Love you both. Love you
All
all.
right.
Thanks for coming in. And we'll
Yes.
see you next Wednesday. You see you Friday night. See you tonight on Amy's channel, our channel on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Okay. See you later.
Bye, y'all.